An error occurred. Oh no, it says we're live. Okay, yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hello all. We've done it. We're live and we are talking about the Launch Your Business Academy. We're talking about the classes that we've been through and what's happening and all of the good things. It does not want to go out to LinkedIn. Let's see. Let's try one more time.
We are live.
We are live. We're live everywhere. Yeah.
We're
Tell
real
us
this time.
What?
And there's a notification. I got a notification too. Good job.
And I don't think it's on my personal page and then also marked as not available to anyone. In case anyone cared, on Facebook, we've been going live just to ourselves. Because I do it wrong every time. But it's fine. We're totally fine. All right. So let's get started. We are talking about the Launch Your Business Academy. JKN and I are going through my academy to apply what we teach and what we keep yelling about. We're going to apply all of that kind of stuff directly to our businesses and let you know what works, what doesn't work, changes we make along the way, and all of those good things. This week, I believe we're in week 2 of marketing.
I don't know. I didn't do anything last week. So I did week 1 of marketing.
As did I.
No, we're in week 1 of marketing. What are you talking about?
I was trying to pretend I was more on top of things than I thought that I was, but it's a lie. I'm just not on top of things at all. All right. So tell me, what were your biggest takeaways? What was useful to you?
What was useful? First of all, I absolutely loved your analogy. It was probably the first video, but something about talking the difference between marketing and sales. And what I loved, I haven't heard anybody explain it quite this way, but if you are in dire cash flow need, you need to be making sales. And the reason that we have marketing is so that we slow down that process, right? Or we slow down the time that it takes to get people to buy our stuff. And I absolutely loved that analogy.
Well, and it doesn't necessarily, so like, here's the thing about marketing versus sales, guys. Marketing should eventually speed up your sales process because people are more ready to say yes. But if you need money right now, you don't need a marketing campaign. You need to go knock doors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like and that's a big thing too. You mentioned this in one of the videos that people get frustrated because a lot of times sales and marketing are bunched together. And in a lot of people's heads, they think they're the same thing, and they're absolutely not. Like, your marketing is getting in front of people and bringing them into the top of your funnel. And sales is when you are hearing the cha-ching, you're taking the money, right? The things that are involved in that process. So a lot of times we want to outsource, we want to hire new people, thinking that they're going, thinking that it's going to, we're going to get one thing and we hire them. In reality, what they do is not that thing. Really, sales versus marketing. So for instance, this is a great example. You don't hire a social media manager and expect them to get you sales. They are marketing for you, bringing people into your funnel so that you can make the sale. And if your system's really great and you have all the automations or whatever in place, then maybe your social media will convert people and they're taking care of marketing and sales for you, but that's not their job. The sales part is not their job. So that's one thing I like to rant about a lot.
No, and I think that's a good point too. And you probably shouldn't hire if you're hiring social media to increase your sales, which is what most people are, you shouldn't even hire anyone in social media until your sales system works really, really well. And then they can bring more people into the funnel. That's their job, is to get people into your system somehow, whether by following you or signing up for something or whatever it looks like. And then you sell them. So the sales process would need to be set up before you hire marketing, which I've made this mistake, and so have most business owners.
Probably everyone.
Is they hire for marketing before the sales system is set up. And so then they're just frustrated because they spent a ton of money on marketing and they didn't make any more money, but you didn't have the sales set up. So those aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah. I had a conversation with somebody a couple weeks ago, and they were looking for, it was a new business owner, and they were looking for advice on running ads. And she wanted to run ads. And I was like, let's just stop right there. If you aren't able to sell your product without an ad, then don't waste money on ads, because if you can't sell it organically, it's not going to sell after you've put thousands of dollars into ad spend. So don't do that either.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm asking questions in the chat, because I think a lot of people have hired marketing before they are ready, or paid for ads before exactly what you said, before they had the system set up, before they made everything work. And I get impatient sometimes, and I do it anyway, because I think I can skip part of the process. But yeah, if it's not selling organically, it's not going to sell in an ad, which is harder. Anyway, for sure.
So much harder. Yeah. Once you have a system in place and you can sell it to anybody, like, you know exactly what that customer journey looks like, then it makes sense to throw money at the marketing efforts, because you want to scale. You want to see more sales. You want to see them come faster.
Yes.
It's all system.
I want money. Well, and I want to create a system. This is the goal, guys, is you're creating a machine where you put $1 in the machine and it gives you $5, or you put $1 in and it gives you $2. Then you start putting money into it. That's the dream, right? But first we got to do the testing and the work and the everything else. And then we were talking in our team meeting today, and people change really quickly too. So my 6-month course that used to sell really, really well doesn't sell as well in 2024, even if we use the exact same system. People are starting to feel stressed about the time that it takes.
I figured it out. I literally just had a light bulb on why that is. Yeah, so when you started Launched Academy, everybody was in info crack mode, right? Like, we were all stuck in our homes. We were
true.
Yeah, and we had nothing else to do. So 6 months, hopefully we were going to be out of that in 6 months. We weren't. But now that people are getting back, like, they're trying to take back the time that they feel like they lost. And 6 months is a really long time to commit to anything.
6 months is a long time to commit, which reminds me, I want to talk about this too. I talked about it in our team meeting a minute ago, but I want to talk about it here too. As I'm going through this course, I am realizing that it's kind of a drag for me to sit down and watch the videos, even though I made them. I still am having a hard time getting in front of my computer to do it. So we are starting, for anyone who's watching, a secret podcast that goes with every single course. So every single course you get in there and you do marketing or branding or whatever, there's a secret podcast on there too, where you can download all of the audio onto your phone, onto whatever podcast platform you use. And then you can listen to it anywhere. You can listen to it in the car. You can listen to it while you shower or do your hair, or, you know, I put my headphones in sometimes when my kids are loud, so I don't have to hear them.
I do too.
Whatever. Because going through this has been really good, because I am finding some of these like pieces that, hey, we can make this a little bit nicer if we just did XYZ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the podcast idea. I'm not a podcast listener. The only time ever is if I'm in the car, if I'm driving in the car. And even then, like, I prefer music. So it doesn't, but I can turn on a video and still listen to the video, or like I like to do, watch it at 2 times speed, which gave me such a laugh when I did the first week's marketing stuff. It was such a laugh. Anyway, but there are a lot of people who like podcasts and like audiobooks and that sort of thing. So I think that is very helpful. First of all, it doesn't matter what your business is. You need to be and do the things that your people, that your audience gravitate towards. And the more options you can give them, the more they will take the time to consume whatever content you're putting out.
Yeah.
Video, podcast, written word.
And I'm not a podcaster. I don't listen to podcasts either, but I do listen to audiobooks. And so I thought that could cross over, because I would have done it this morning if I had the ability. And you can log in to the Academy on your phone. You can totally do that, but it's not the same. And if you don't have service, you're kind of screwed. So stuff like that. I just think it's important. And that's what all of marketing talks about. Is we talked about marketing advantages. We talked about those types of things this week, but later it's going to start talking about how to know your people And I know a lot of my people are listening to podcasts. They are content consumers. They're looking for education in the next step. So making it easier, we should be making it easier all day long. And the businesses that I see that struggle are the ones who refuse to make it easier.
Yeah, for me, one of the things that is huge in my business is I am able to not only look at a business owner, like what they want to do and what's easy for them and how to make things work, but also on the flip side, the end user experience, which I think a lot of people think they know, but in reality, they're really far off base. And it's just a you don't know what you don't know thing. I was professionally trained on my path to become a FBI profiler. So like I know how to get inside people's heads. And that's a big thing with marketing, is actually figuring out how to get people in their head without them realizing that you're getting in their head. But they think, oh my gosh, yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry. Go back to the FBI profiler thing. This is news to me. What?
You didn't know that? So
no.
Yeah, that's I went to school. That was my career path. I was going to be an FBI profiler. That's why I joke all the time that I could kill you and get away with it.
Wow, I feel way more nervous about JKN killing people suddenly. Yeah. No, that's cool. And I think you're right. The knowing how to get inside people's heads without them knowing it. That's a talent. Maybe you should be teaching a class on that.
Yeah. Well, you just gotta figure out how to actually think like the end user, like, and it's really hard. It's really, really hard to remove yourself from any type, your product. It's hard even for me sometimes to get inside the mind of an end user for a client. Like, what is your person thinking of? But when you're in your business, when you're in the products all day long, every day, it's hard we get stuck, right? Where we think we know what we're doing and we're making the best thing for our clients. In reality, there's some big hurdle there that we can't see because we're just too close to it. So, yeah.
And we get attached to things. We get attached to the thing that took us so long to make. And everyone else is like, I really hate this. It's not working. And we're like, but you should love it anyway.
Yeah.
And I see it.
Oh, that's true.
I see it all the time too, that people are like, no, we absolutely can't put all of our products online. That's going to take too long. And I worked so hard to set up the store. Everyone has to come inside and go in the actual brick and mortar, which is a huge one, especially in small towns. You can hold on super tight, but 80% of people are shopping online. Why are we making it harder?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the answer right there. How do I make this as simple as possible? How do I remove all of the resistance so that there's no reason that somebody can say, no, thanks. This is too hard.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things that I'm like, this is too hard. I'm out. And we get mad about it. A lot of business owners get mad about it, that they're like, it's too hard. It's not too hard. They're like, if they cared, they'd do it. If they cared, they'd show up. Oh, honey, you have way too much competition for that mindset, because they're just going to find someone else who makes it easier and simpler and more fun.
So somebody who's putting the work into their marketing, because that's market research, and then making sure the systems back up their marketing so that then their sales convert people. It's all related. It's all a big circle. That's why it's called a funnel.
I love it. I love it. And I think it's just, I don't know. It's all super important. And that is kind of what I'm focusing on right now, is like that end user, the difference between marketing and sales in my own business. I am bringing people into my funnel rapidly right now. Like I just keep maxing out my email list and having to pay more, which is annoying because the sales process has changed. And so it's not converting as well as it has before, which happens all the time in business. Things will work really, really well. And then suddenly it just stops working as well as it used to. And so that's kind of where I am in the marketing, is figuring out, okay, well, I have the marketing. What does the sales look like to make sure that every single one of these people coming in are revenue generating?
Side note, business specific question for Kara Laws, as me, the person who is keeping your systems in check. Are you telling me that you keep upgrading your MailerLite account?
I am telling you that I keep upgrading my MailerLite account because I haven't moved everything over to high level yet.
Okay, everybody watching this is me telling Kara, why are you are teaching people how not to waste money, and yet you just told me you're wasting money.
I have to step by step move everything over to high level, or it's all going to fall apart, because all of the opt-ins and all of the emails that follow that and all of the systems are all connected to MailerLite right now.
So what Kara just told me is I need to get the calendar things fixed so that we can get the email thing fixed, because that hurts my soul to hear you say that you are upgrading your MailerLite, because your
it's a lot too. So yeah, that would be great. That's part of why I have a list of the things we need to remove. See, the things we need to remove and replace. And right now it says it'll save me $200 a month, but it's over that now because I keep having to upgrade things like MailerLite. I think I'm paying a lot for it now because we keep bringing in leads, which is fantastic, but leads are marketing. So now we have to move into pushing the sales piece.
Great problem to have. To keep bringing in these leads, we need to figure out how to support them. And that's something else, friends, that I like to say all the time. This is a systems thing, not a marketing thing, although it's related. It's all related. But if you are starting a brand new business, you need to think about how to scale, because it is so much easier if you have that plan in place in the beginning, so that you don't run into this situation that we're in right now, where it's costing money because we have to now go super slow to transform everything to where it's now cheaper.
Yes. And the good news is we are doing this relatively, we're not 10 years into this. It would be significantly more expensive and a much bigger bummer to do this 10 years in. But I totally agree. As you're setting everything up, everyone should be thinking about, how do we scale this? On a long-term system, how do we scale this marketing? How do we make sure that our marketing stays top of mind for people? How do we make sure that this can grow without us being, I mean, right now we're in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different systems, and we need to make sure we're only down to 2. Avoid that by thinking of your systems.
Yeah, guys.
At the beginning.
In the beginning, this is what happens with every single business owner. I promise you, this is what happens, because this is what I've done until I got smart. But you look for the cheapest, the free solution, because you're brand new. You don't really need a whole lot, but then you get into this, something happens overnight. Maybe you go viral on TikTok, or you have a fantastic lead magnet, or you do an event where people start coming in by the masses, and now your free systems are not supporting you, and you have to either upgrade or figure out how to migrate everything. If that sounds like you right now, send me a message, because I have stupid solution for you that is, people think it can cost a lot of money. And if you don't know what you're doing, or know somebody who can help you, it is a stupid amount of money. But you don't have to worry about that. So send me a message. Let me fix the problem.
Get the system set up in there as we're creating marketing. And I guess that's my biggest tip. In the end, we can wrap this up. Let's, biggest tip, my biggest takeaway is to create all of the systems inside of both your marketing and your sales system, because you don't want to end up in a big mess. And granted, this mess is not as big as other messes I have created in other businesses. This is quite controlled for what I've had to clean up in the past and had to clean up for other businesses. But if you can start right now being like, hey, what happens if 1,000 people come in? What happens if 100 people come in? What happens if 10,000 people come in? And you can create the system to support that. It's going to save you so much time, so much work, so much money. Just do it. So there's my biggest takeaway. What is your biggest takeaway?
Well, this is very specific to my business. I've been, how do I want to condense this? So I have multiple businesses, and there's a season, right, for each business where my focus needs to be on this one, or I need to focus on this client, blah, 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 blah. And that makes it difficult, right? Like sometimes I feel like I'm going in a million directions. Sometimes I'm failing one business, all the things. So I found a product that I cannot wait. This is what I'm going to do. This is specific for my business, and this is a marketing plan. So that's where I'm going with this. But this product that it's perfect for my business because it helps me help my clients to create, it's a done for you system basically. And they can be generating profits from this product while they build their dream product. And for my business specifically, this is exciting because I have a lot of things going on with JKN Solutions, a lot of things I want to do. I'm all over the place, but my travel company needs all my time right now. So I'm excited for the marketing to help people get into this product so they have something done for them to create money while we work on their systems, while we work on their processes, while we work on their marketing. So because we need to be making money, right? And then me personally, I can be focusing on the travel company because there's a lot of upgrades and things that I'm doing to that. So that's, I don't know what you said in the videos that I watched, but it was definitely confirmation that that's where I need to be with JKN Solutions in my marketing. So that's my personal takeaway. I don't know if it's helpful, but that's what I'm doing. So
I love it. All right. Next week, I think we talk about fans, friends, frustrators, and foes. I do believe that's what's in there next. How to manage clients, how to figure out who they are and bring in the right people, which I think is going to be good, except we're not going to be here next week because I will be, JKN just barely learned that. I have a family reunion and it's the 4th of July.
Next week?
Yeah.
That means next week is my birthday and my anniversary.
When's your birthday?
The 3rd, and my anniversary. Oh my God, it is next week.
Yeah.
And my anniversary is the 4th.
Oh, well, happy anniversary, birthday.
Thank you. Okay, so when we talk about the people, the 4 F's, does that mean we can talk about bad clients that we've fired?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's going to be fun.
That one.
Yeah. So on the 9th, we're going to talk about bad clients. I have a really great one about getting sued. It's going to be a good story and fantastic. And so we'll do that on the 9th, but we're not going to be here next week because it's a holiday and I have a family reunion. It's a holiday week and I have a family reunion that I'm supposed to be in charge of.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I've done nothing.
It's next week.
Yeah, we got some shopping to do. As soon as I'm done here, actually. Oh, it's all fine. It's all fine. All right. I will see you in a couple weeks. Everyone join us then. Thank you so much for being here.
See you later.